Hello everyone, it's Sue from Scrappy Doo Sue. Hope you're all okay. Welcome back to any returning subscribers and welcome to any new subscribers. I do appreciate your support. As you know, I'm going to be continuing with the Peacock Journal, but at present I am waiting for some bits to come. I'm trying to dye some white crochet lace myself to make a sort of a nice peacock blue colour, because I want to use it for pockets. So I'm not going to continue with that peacock journal today. So I was watching Dee at Dee'sCraftyPlace, and she started on the 1st of January a Margarete Miller 52-week collage challenge, and I was really taken by it, and I thought I'd like to do that because it's kind of making a collage book, glue book, whatever you want to call it. And I'm a bit late to the party because obviously it's April and we're nearly at the end of April. It'll be the last week next week. But I've, checked it out and I can start anytime I want. So what I'm going to do is to put a bit of routine into my videos, because as you know, I work full time, so it's very difficult for me to be on here every day. But I'm going to try and put a bit of routine around my videos. So I'll be doing the Peacock Journal next week. I'm going to do it once a week, but I'm not going to say a specific day. And I'm going to continue with DD Farrago's hashtag 2021 TCTC challenge. Those I will continue with, and I will do one of those a week. And then to add into the mix, I'm going to start doing 1 to 2 of the Margarete Miller 52-week collage challenge, hashtag CW planner. And I want to get more familiar with collaging. I've always wanted to make a glue book. I actually bought this notebook here. It's just a plain notebook, white lined paper. It's fairly good paper actually. But if necessary, if I feel that the collaging over it's not going to make it sturdy, I may stick 2 pages together. I've stuck the first 2 pages just to see what that feels like, and that has made it quite thick. But we'll see how we get along. So I'm going to start with week 1 today, and you can actually buy her glue book on Margarete Miller's shop in Etsy, and I can put the link down below in the description box, or you can just buy the 52 weeks of prompt assignments to cut out using the glue book, and that's what I've done. These are £3 something, and they're again in her Etsy shop, and I'll put the link below. You get an assignment for every week. So obviously I've got a few weeks to catch up with, so I'm going to try and do 1 to 2 a week until I'm caught up. Each week you get 5 prompts, and those prompts make up your collage for your page for that week. So the hashtag CW Planner 1 is, the 5 items are something fast, a postage stamp, a piece of map, a border or frame, a portion of a brochure. But then you also every week get a bonus item that you can swap with one of the previous items. So the bonus for week 1 is a form or part of a form. Now I'm going to use that bonus, and I'm swapping it with a portion of a brochure because I've looked high and low and I don't have any brochures really that I actually want to cut up. I had a good clear out of this spare room of ours and the bookcases, because we bought 2 new bookcases last year, and I completely went through everything and gave some books to charity and got rid of all the old brochures we had, like, the touristy type ones that you get. And I only kept a couple of them, and I don't honestly want to cut those up. So I'm swapping a portion of a brochure for the bonus, which is form or part of a form. So that's what I'm doing. Okay, right, so and I'm going to use this book, and I know it's white, but it's going to be collaged over, and it has got on here, funnily enough, it's got sort of a hands design on it, and it says my thoughts and ideas. So I thought, oh, I've had this book for about 4 or 5 years. It's never been used, and I thought, oh, I'm going to use it. It is, after all, just a glue book / collage book. So that's my bit of paper that I'm using for sticking, and I am going to start. So you can embellish your page afterwards with a sticker, a rubber stamp, or a bit of collage paper. And if you are on social media and you want to share your work, you can use the hashtag and post it on Instagram and Facebook and places like that. So so I've printed out this, which I started fussy cutting. This is an old form. It's actually for somebody to buy some goods from this company, Messrs H. O'Neill and Co. Not quite sure, but you could order samples and things. It's quite old. It is a digital print of one. It's not a genuine article. I'm just going to fussy cut round those bits here, because it's sort of been made, well, it's obviously a photocopy of the original, which was a bit ratty at the top, you know. So I'm just going to literally fussy cut round those bits as best as I can. And yeah, hope everyone's okay. It's been another lovely day here today. Isn't it lovely to be able to put your washing out on the line? I really like being able to do that, to be honest. I love the smell of washing when it's been drying on the washing line, and you get it in. It's got such a lovely fresh smell to it. So that's been nice today. And we've had a visit from my daughter Rachel and her new fella. Well, I can say he's not a partner yet, really. He's just a boyfriend at the moment. And her son Harry, who loves Jay, so that's great. It's obvious he's very keen on him. So I'm going to use this. Obviously, I can't use all of it, so I think I'm going to use my tear ruler, and I'm just going to tear off the edges a bit yeah, it's such a shame to have to cut this down, really, isn't it? I suppose I could have it that way round. There's no reason why I can't, but I didn't really want to do that. That's me all over. So we're going to have to really cut it down to about here. So we'll use the tear ruler again, and we'll just tear off that much. We can use that for collaging something else. So I'm going to get my distress ink, and I'm using my favourite vintage photo, and because this is all white, I'm just going to distress around the edge of this page and dirty it up a bit like so. And I'm going to probably decorate this side. I'll maybe put a pocket or something on it. I'll see how I get on, and then we can put the weekly prompts into that and keep them in the same book. Right, so that's nice. So now when I put that down like that, it looks fairly nice. And I'm going to distress the edges of this. yes, I'm doing an experiment at the moment with some white crochet lace. I am on the lookout for some sort of peacock blue, greeny coloured lace. I haven't seen anything that I really like at the moment. So I will keep looking. So my experiment, I decided to use my Pine Tree green distress ink, Tim Holtz distress ink, and the blue one I've got, and I thought I would actually colour some water with it, and leave the white cotton crochet lace soaking in it. So that's what it's doing at the moment, and it might not work. I mean, if all else fails, then I'll just make a concoction up of food colouring, I think, and try that. But I was upstairs when I was thinking about it, and so I just used what I had to hand. Obviously I don't have food colouring upstairs, although I'm sure there's going to come a time when I probably will decide to I'm just going to put that over there like so. I quite like that already. I like the colour of this. I love the red lettering on it. Okay, so then something fast. I found this picture of a lovely racehorse, so in the pasture. So we're going to use this. So this is actually out of a magazine, but Collage is all about using all sorts of media, papers and things. So we're so used to using all our digital papers, it's quite refreshing to use something different actually. So that's going to go on here, and then we need a postage stamp. So I had this lovely postage stamp here, which is, I think this might be Polish one, or I'm not, no, I think it's got, I could just see Johannes on there, so this is obviously South African, but I like the colours. I thought they matched that nice picture. And then a piece of map, and I'm actually tearing up a local Oxfordshire atlas, and so this is Aylesbury where I live. So I actually live here in a village called Stone, just outside the town of Aylesbury in Buckinghamshire. So I'm going to be using a piece of this. We don't want this anymore now that you have sat-navs. It's something that we very rarely use, I think. Although I'm old-fashioned, I still like reading my books. I still like to have a book in my hand. And I don't want a huge piece of this. Yeah, so I've got Kindle, and I have audio books on my phone and laptop and everything. And I do listen to Audible sometimes. If I listen to it at bedtime, it sends me to sleep. So so I'm going to have that there, and kind of have this, and we want a frame. So what I thought I'd do is I'd frame the racehorse. Now I've got this frame that I had printed out a while ago. Just wondering whether I like that colour better. I do actually, I like that colour better. So I'll just take this edge off. Sorry, I'm thinking out loud. Yeah, so I had that frame. Obviously it's on white paper again, but I've had it printed out for a very long time. So I thought I'm going to grunge it up and cut round. I've sort of fussy cut round it. I'm not going to make a big issue of trying to make it perfect. I have decided that still in frame. I do apologise. Before I go any further, I want to say I'm really sorry for my previous video that you may or may not have seen by now, which was episode 20 of Dee Farragut's YouTube challenge, hashtag 2021 TCTC, because halfway through it I didn't realise, but I wasn't actually in frame. It was off to one side. You could see my very untidy shelf unit that I have at the side of my desk. I was horrified, and you know, that was my second attempt at doing that, and I really could not be bothered to redo it. I just couldn't. So I wanted this frame in here, but it's quite big actually. So I think what we're going to do is I'm going to fold it over, because I'm going to cut that middle portion out. So I'm just going to fussy cut round that, like so. And I really do apologise, but as it was my second attempt, because the first time I tried it, well, that went on the floor, so I'll have to pick that up later. First time I tried it, the battery ran out on my phone, because I used my phone to film, and the battery ran out, and I thought, oh my goodness, and I'd done the whole video and only the first sort of, I don't know, 15-20 minutes was on it. The rest of it was all gone into the down that black hole that we all are familiar with. Okay, so this is beautiful, this frame. So I really do like that, and I quite like that over the back, and quite like the horse behind it. And I think I'm going to have it like that, and I'm going to grunge it up. So you don't need to watch it if you don't want to. If you get fed up with seeing my shelf, I will totally understand, honest to goodness, I really will. But you know, sometimes you put an awful lot of effort into your videos, and then when you get to the end and you find that something hasn't been filming, it's so disappointing. It really is, and annoying. So I left it how it was, because I thought, well, at least you had a rough idea of what I was doing. Anyway, well, I've just broken the frame now because I'm such a clumsy Kate. Oh, goodness me. And anyway, so that's my apology to you all. Probably, oh gosh, I nearly, oh dear, I think it's because this paper's sticky. Let me just turn it over like that. Oh dear. I'm going to do around the edges. Oh, it started off so lovely, didn't it? Oh, goodness me. I can hear a bit of clattering downstairs, so I think my husband might be starting our dinner. I don't know. He does do that. Sometimes he cooks. You know, he does a lot of cooking actually. He used to cook a lot before. He now gets home later than me. And obviously some days I'm working from home, so I'm on site, as it were. But when he used to get home before me, I'd have my dinner ready when I got in. It was lovely. He is a good cook, I have to say. Goes to a lot more trouble probably with the meals than I do. Mine tend to be the anything for a quick and easy life type of meal. Yeah, so this is Sunday evening now, so I managed to get on the video to video anything until now. I've been sat here looking and thinking about the Peacock journal, wondering you know, what we should be doing with it, actually. Sometimes with journals that I make, I absolutely know what I want to do with it from start to finish. I think we're going to cut this down a bit, actually. Maybe it's a good idea that it did break. So I'm going to take that piece off, and I'm going to take that off there, like so. And that means we need to just quickly ink that piece and ink that one. At least now that it's broken, it's easier to manipulate. So I just want to keep as much up there as I can. And I'm going to have the frame horse framed like that, and I'm going to have him coming over that a little bit like there, like so, and join those frames, that frame like that. I think I quite like that. Yes, I quite like that, actually. Now that's all grunged up, it doesn't stand out quite so much. So let's attempt to use the glue stick to put some glue on it. Yeah, so I sort of had a bit of a, I don't know what to call it, mental block really on the peacock journal. And normally when I make journals, I just get on with it and I don't worry too much about it. So maybe I'm overthinking it, I don't know. Sometimes I think my waiting for supplies to come for a journal is a way of stalling, you know. Or sometimes it's nice just to have a bit of a break from it. So think, oh gosh, what I'll do is put that down, and I will quickly glue this. So this needs to go down first, really, like so. And we're going to have him, you'll have him there. Rub over it now. Good thing about glue stick is it doesn't dry very quickly. So I just, hopefully I'm in frame again. I don't mind it going over that side of the page. Don't mind at all. Just want to make sure that I can get this lined up. I think one side of it now is a little bit longer than the other side. So I think, you know, I'm just going to have it like that. So I've got the form, I've got the something that's fast, which is my horse, I've got my frame here, and I've got my map, and I just need my postage stamp, which is here. So we'll ink around that quickly. And now I'm paranoid and I keep looking up at the camera to make sure that I'm still filming and that I'm actually in frame. So this taught me a lesson, actually, because sometimes I get onto filming and I just forget. I don't even look. So I don't know. See, that's going to be lost there. So I'd quite like maybe have it there. But now I've got this area down here, you see. So we'll ink that one over completely, and I'll have it down here, I think. Now we can use a little bit of other embellishment if we want to introduce anything else into it. So maybe I'll have something underneath that stamp just to show it up. So where's my box of scraps? What I have here, I've got a box with small scraps in, and now getting to the stage where I'm going to have to good old tidy up in this place because it's all getting a bit out of hand now. So what about if we used a bit of that and had that stamp there? Those colours fit in quite nicely, I think. What else have I got? I've got some sort of nice scripty writing. So let's see, we put the stamp like that. I quite like that actually. I think that's what I'm going to go with. So I'm going to just tear that like so. Yeah, I definitely need to get the Hoover up here, and but our Hoover just almost died a death. Luckily enough, because my husband's sort of electronically minded, that's his job, he can fault find things like that, and he had got his meter out and tested the battery and the main motor, and they were fine. So he then got on to the company and was on an online chat with somebody on there, and they said, oh, it was the whole the motor piece that actually drives the Hoover, or I should call it vacuum cleaner, because Hoover is a brand name and it's not a brand of Hoover. Yeah, so anyway, and Dara, because we know that the batteries themselves are about £80 to buy, just to replace, probably get a cheap Hoover or vacuum cleaner for less. And just stick that down again. And he was dreading what this guy was going to say this motor was going to cost, and it's £49, and it comes as a complete replacement with the outer casing and everything. So you just literally put the other one in the bin or wherever you get rid of it, and that's it. So that was great. So, and it came more or less next day, because we've got Amazon Prime, so I can't be without a Hoover, not when you've got a dog and a cat. And I'll soon have 2 cats again, because our cat Elmo, who practically lives at the nursing home up round the corner from us, which was a nursing home for dementia patients, he's going to be coming home full time. Now, we asked them at the beginning, we knew he went there because he would come home for his food. I'm just going to give that a bit of glue under there. He would come home for his food. I might have to get my other glue out just to do under those bits. That has not, I think I left it too long. Anyway, they're closing the nursing home down. They've had to rehouse or rehome, I don't know what the expression is, all the dementia patients. And I got a phone call last weekend from Alison, one of the nurses there. They adore Elmo, and sadly they have been feeding him, so we haven't been seeing as much of him. And they bought him his own bed and everything, and they know it belongs to us, but they also know that he won't stay away from there. So she said to me, oh, I think we're going to finally close. We've got 3 patients left to rehome, she said, and I think we're actually going to shut shop up. Oh, there's a bit of fluff on there. And actually close completely on the 31st. No, 30th. This month only goes up to the 30th. On the 30th, so that's next Friday. So I said that I'd go around with a cat basket and collect him. So that's what we're going to do. And then I'm going to have to keep him in for a few days, because he's, you know, what going to do as soon as he gets out, he's going to go straight back there. So that's, I don't know if you can see that. Let me higher that up a bit. Anyway, this is just an A5 book, by the way. I don't know if you can see that. So I've got my stamp, my map, my frame, my thing that goes fast, which is my horse, and my form. And I substituted the form for the piece of brochure because I didn't have a brochure. So what I do quickly while we're still on is I think I'm just going to cover that with something and put a pocket on it. So I'll just see if I've got something I can use to cover that page with. Oh, that would be quite nice actually. I wonder if that's in keeping though with what I've already done here. Yeah, so that's going to be fun and games when he finally does come home, because he's not going to be happy. He's been completely pampered there. Not that he isn't pampered here, but he has to wrestle with... no, I think that's too much. I just think I need a plain piece of paper that is not going to... This would be perfect. It is not going to detract from my page, so that's what I'm going to use. What did I do with the tear ruler? Can anybody see it anywhere? Somebody's knocking at the door now, so Paddy's going mad because he doesn't like couriers and he doesn't like the postman. So it must be a courier. Now, I've completely lost my tear ruler. I have no idea where it's gone. Did it fall down? Nope. So see, it's just completely disappeared like magic. One minute it was here, the next it was gone, and I can now see it. I've just moved something. So I want just an A5 piece really. So where's my pencil? Just going to mark it there and tear down this piece. I think I'm better off doing this from this angle because I'm find it difficult otherwise. Like that. Yeah, so I have that bit there. Right, so this bit. Oh, so I've moved the camera again somehow. Goodness me, I've done it again. What is wrong with me? I expect you're all having a good laugh. I think I'm going crazy. Yeah, no, I must have done that when I was looking for the ruler. Didn't even realise I'd touched the camera. So I'm putting this it's just a sort of tea-stained piece of paper. It's got slight print on it in the background, and I'm literally just putting that on here to cover up this side like this. Yeah, like that. So I want to ink round it. I'm just winging this. You can probably tell. Completely winging it. But then I think that's what collaging is all about. Nothing has to be perfect. It's all about, and this is what I need to learn, just to let go. And having, you know, a task every week of what you can use for your main focal pieces is going to be very helpful to me, I think. And you know, it's not as if it's going to be marked or anything. It's just really how I do it and what I like. And you know, you get a list of these 5 things, and the type of thing you choose for that category is entirely up to you. So let's just glue this and make sure I'm in view of the camera. Goodness me. I'm trying to use up this supermarket glue stick, but it just seems to be never ending. Now my Scotch one I try and safeguard because it is a very good one, and they're not cheap. I think it's finally coming to an end. And I don't really want to use that for this. This is just my own glue book, if you like. Yes, I've always had that urge to make something where it's just random things, you know, like I've seen a lady on YouTube where she actually made a whole journal, and it was just things that were, you know, important to her, interspersed with just nonsense things, just things out of magazines and things that, you know, she liked the images and that sort of thing. And I like that idea. I really do. So just give that a press down with my bone folder, like so. Right, so now I'm not going to cover the front. I'm just going to leave it because it says my thoughts and ideas, and I guess, you know, they're not my ideas, not the 5 objects, but the way where I put them are my ideas. So I'm just going to leave it like that, and we're going to put a pocket on here now. I don't want to use anything that I haven't actually cut into, so I just want to find a piece of sturdy card that I can use. Excuse me a moment, just look into a few places where, see, now I could put a pocket on using that, because that's made out of thick card. I just put a plain one on actually, and then I could, you know, put something on it if I wanted to. That's a better size actually, that's perfect. And so I got in here, I've got, as I say, I need to have a really good tidy up now and put things away, because I've been doing 1 or 2 things and had so many bits and things out that actually, you know, they're not going back in the right place. Now that's not straight, so I think I'm going to put that one back and get the guillotine out, and we're going to straighten this up. So that's all okay, it's just that side. So just checking that I'm in view again and you're not seeing something. Imagine if I'd knocked it and, I don't know, you could see out onto the landing because I'm upstairs. What if my husband was around, you know? I don't know. Could you imagine? No, I'm going to put a thumb hole in mine. I'm just going to eyeball it. I do like a thumb hole. Let's put that down there. And we're just going to ink that. Okay, and because it's thicker card, I shall use my 3-in-1. Now I was looking at these on Amazon, and I looked up Fabri-Tac and I looked up this, and honestly the bottles are virtually identical for the 3-in-1 and the Fabri-Tac, and they're roughly the same sort of price. I mean, I bought a pack of 2 of these, so when this one's finished, I believe I've got another one I need to use. It's not even been opened. I'm putting that upside down in my pencil pot now, so so I'm just going to stick this pocket on. It's literally a homemade one, and I'm just going to put a bit of glue down here because I can see that's sticking up. I've also been putting this Cosmic Shimmer upside down because it's coming to the end, and it doesn't seem to want to work when I want it to, only when it decides it's going to. So I've been putting that upside down to try and use it up. And I have actually got done it again. I think what I'm doing is because it's on charge, I'm actually knocking the cable. That's how I'm doing it. Right, so that's my pocket. And what I'll do, and I won't bore you with them on camera, I will just cut out the assignment, and I'm going to stick it over here. The assignment criteria for the overall assignment for the 52 weeks. Hopefully I'll get 52 weeks out of that book. I think if I don't double up the pages, I probably will. So I think maybe with collaging those pages, they're not thin, but if I collage them, it's going to add strength to them anyway. So I thicken them up, so I think that will be perfectly fine. So you haven't seen my floor, it's awful. I need to get the hoover out. Now I've got one back. So now, okay, this is too long, so I could just put it in a pocket like that. And then what I'll do is put the assignments in. So I'm going to, they're all in, I've printed them single-sided just on my own old copy of paper. I don't want to use anything decent. I'm just going to cut them out like that with my guillotine, and you can see some of the paper. I bought some paper. I didn't realise this is recycled, so it has like a grey appearance to it. So it's on different bits of paper actually, because I ran out of some. Yeah, it goes up to 52 weeks. Yeah, so I'll cut those all out. And then what we have to do on here is we have to put on here the hashtag. So I will find a pen to do that with. And find a black pen somewhere. I think my biros are blue at the moment. What colour is this? That's blue. I did have a fine liner. That's too thick. What's that end like? Now, I don't think I'm going to see that. I think that's the wrong colour. Oh, where is my pen when I need it? It disappeared like everything else does. Okay, that's black. So I'm just going to do it in black. So I just want to put the hashtag in. Oh, it's not even on there, the hashtag. So I believe I wrote it down somewhere else, and it is now okay, that is going to be difficult now. Right, I wrote it on this notepad. So it is hashtag, going to write it on here, hashtag, and actually, yeah, that shows up nicely, and it is CW Planner 1. There. So that's done. Okay. Right, so that's the first one. And then the next one, which I won't do today, you'll be pleased to know, is hashtag CW Planner 2, and the 5 items are a person, an image from a magazine, a doodle, a piece of washi tape, a tea bag cover, and the bonus is an illustration. So I will be gathering those bits and pieces together, and I will see you soon for episode 2. Thank you everyone. Take care. Bye bye.